Have you ever felt like you're just waiting for a sign? Well, today we're diving into a philosophy from a source called Unbreakable Mindset. It's got this really fascinating take on timing, awareness, and how abundance actually flows into our lives. And it argues that the biggest shifts we're looking for, they often start with the quietest signals. See, the whole philosophy really hinges on this one powerful idea. It suggests that when some piece of guidance or a key message finds you, it's probably not a coincidence. It shows up precisely when you're most open to it, or, when you need it the most. So when does this stuff tend to appear? Not when everything's going great, that's for sure. It's usually during those really tough seasons, when we're full of doubt or feeling that financial squeeze. This philosophy frames these moments not as random struggles, but as real turning points, kind of like quiet intersections in time where a whole new path can open up. Okay, to really get this, we've got to explore a core concept: the two timelines. This is all about that classic conflict between the schedule we want and the one that's apparently working away behind the scenes. I mean, we've all been there, right? You've got a goal, a hope. Maybe you've put a prayer out there, and you wait. And as the days turn into weeks with no visible change, that frustration starts to build. Doubt creeps in, and you start wondering if anyone's even listening. And this slide just breaks down that conflict so perfectly. On one side, you have human timing. It's all about clocks, calendars. It's driven by our impatience and our need for immediate results. But on the other side, you've got what the source calls divine timing. Now, you can just think of this as the natural way things unfold. This timeline isn't about being fast. It's about preparation, alignment, and all that unseen work happening backstage to get you ready. And this metaphor just illustrates the idea brilliantly. Think about a seed, right? After you plant it, the surface looks completely empty for a long time. It feels like absolutely nothing is happening. But underground, that's where all the action is. A whole foundation is being built as roots spread out and get strong. The breakthrough, the little sprout, only happens when it's 100% ready to survive. The source is arguing our goals work the exact same way. Silence often means preparation, not rejection. So, if there's all this prep work happening behind the scenes, what's our role in it? Well, that brings us to the next key idea, the inner shift. This is the argument that everything we want to see on the outside has to start on the inside first. And here it is, the crucial point. The journey to abundance doesn't start when you get a bigger paycheck. It starts with a shift in your mindset. This philosophy basically argues that your external world is a mirror of your internal state. If you want to change what you see out there, you've got to change the reflection first. The first tool for making this inner shift is awareness. This is all about learning to tune into the whispers instead of waiting for the shouts. It's paying attention to that simple idea that just pops into your head on a walk, or a random comment from a friend that sparks something. According to this mindset, these aren't just random thoughts, they're hidden doors. Next up is clarity. The source explains that a mind filled with fear and doubt is just cluttered. It literally can't see the opportunities that are right there in front of it. But when you can cultivate a calm, focused state of mind, your perception expands. And all of a sudden you start seeing possibilities where you only saw problems before. And the third tool is gratitude. Now, in this philosophy, gratitude isn't just about feeling thankful. It's a practical, hands-on technique to balance your mind. By actively focusing on what you do have, you stop the negative thoughts from completely taking over. This keeps your mind open, receptive, so you don't miss those quiet opportunities when they show up. Okay, so this inner shift is then reinforced by something we use every single day, our words. So let's take a look at the power of language, especially the words we repeat inside our own heads. This comparison just makes it so clear. If your inner dialogue is always defeatist, you're basically programmed to see risk everywhere. You see any little setback as proof that you're going to fail. But if you cultivate hopeful intentions, your mind actively looks for the opportunity hidden inside the challenge. It literally changes the path you're on. And the effects of this are tangible. According to the source, using this kind of positive inner language isn't just about feeling good. It actively builds your confidence, it makes you more curious, and it strengthens your willingness to just try things. Each one of these qualities guides your attention towards growth and possibility. But this brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. It's not enough to just sit back and wait patiently with a positive mindset. Let's see how patience absolutely must meet action. So this is the big question, isn't it? Can you just think your way to a breakthrough? Is having hope and patience and a good attitude really all it takes? And the answer from this philosophy is a very clear no. Life, it argues, responds to movement. Patience and hope, they're the foundation. But action is the signal to the universe that you're actually ready to receive. Even the smallest step creates momentum. And here's the game plan. It's not about making some huge, grand gesture. It's about making small, deliberate adjustments in your day. It's staying alert for those quiet opportunities. It's holding on to that belief to keep your judgment sharp. And most importantly, it's about taking small, consistent actions even when you have no idea what the outcome will be. That combination is what turns waiting into winning. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? Back to the core message. The big breakthroughs we're all looking for, they don't usually show up with a lightning bolt and a crash of thunder. They arrive quietly, as a small idea, a brief conversation, a subtle opportunity that you have to be ready to hear. So, we'll leave you with a final thought from this explainer. As you go about your day, it's worth asking yourself, what are the whispers? What quiet signals, simple ideas, or chance encounters might you be overlooking right now?